Hey guys, my answer guys to guys. I'm going to give you guys my match preview for Barcelona versus Real Betis. Now, this is a game that Barcelona have to win. This is a game Barcelona have to win. Barcelona coming into this game have won 8 points. They're 9 points off of the league leaders, Real Sociedad. That is ridiculous. I understand Barcelona do have 2 games in hand. Yes, that is true. However, even still, we're massively behind. And like I said before, guys, Barcelona are going to need to really make up for it. Okay? And this is the game for me. This will be very, very interesting to see how this will pan out. Because for me in this game, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what to expect in this game. And that this game for me will be a huge game indeed. Because we know the quality Real Betis have. They're a good, decent team. They have some great players. And they can really challenge us here. You know, like I said before, guys, Betis, remember the 18-19 season? They actually beat Barcelona here at the Camp Nou. Obviously, I was with Quique Setién, and we all know how that turned out with Barcelona. And so I feel like, for me, Betis can really get something out of this game. You know, Betis can get something out of this game. And if you look at their position right now, they're currently right now 7th in the league table. And they have played 8 games. They have reached 12 points. Obviously, they have played more games than us. So, you know, theoretically speaking, their league position will be higher. And so we're going to need to get something out of this game. This will be taking place at the Camp Nou. And as I said before, guys, Barcelona generally now, they play pretty well in the Camp Nou. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and look at this Real Betis team right now. So as you can see in the recent games this season, let's only look at this season. So this season alone, Real Betis have started off their campaign with a 1-0 win against Alaves away from home, which is pretty impressive considering we couldn't even beat Real Alaves. So good stuff there. They beat Valladolid 2-0, and then they lost 2-3 to Real Madrid. Now, this was a game for me that Real Betis were probably they could feel frustrated with, because I feel like they deserve more than a loss. I feel like they played really well, and I feel like they deserve a draw for that game. Regardless, though, they did lose narrowly, and they did lose to Getafe 3-0. Wow, you know. And they got a 2-0 win against Valencia away from home, which is pretty impressive. And they lost 3-0 to Real Sociedad, and they lost 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, and they won 3-1 against Elche. So as you can see right here, they have got some impressive victories. Of Valencia is a huge win for them. And so they're very inconsistent, right? They're a team, I feel like, for me, that they have some great players, and I just feel like as a team they kind of sometimes underperform is the right word, and a very inconsistent type of team. You know, Manuel Pellegrini, he's done a decent job so far. And Real Betis, like I said before, guys, they're a good team. They're a good team indeed. Okay, now let's go back to the Barcelona game right here. So this game will be taking place tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. Some key players I want to discuss about, some players that we should definitely keep an eye on. First of all, number 1 is Claudio Bravo. For those of you guys who are well not aware, Claudio Bravo is a former Barcelona player. He used to play for Barcelona, I believe. The 2014-2015 season, he was our goalkeeper for the La Liga season. Ter-Stegen was a goalkeeper in the Champions League. So I'm sure you want to have a great performance against his former team. Of course, we have 2 players on loan. Juan Miranda, I'm sure they want to impress. And Emerson, of course, I feel like they're going to want to impress. As well as I would keep an eye on Nabil Fekir. We know the quality he has as a forward. We faced against him last season and the season before, and he has scored, I believe, in every occasion, if I'm not mistaken, you know. And so Nabil Fekir, man, a very good player indeed, and I think he could cause havoc for us, you know. And I believe he also scored against Barcelona, both home and away from home, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely got to keep an eye on him. Another player I would also keep an eye on is Marc Bartra, a former Barcelona player. And so, yeah, there's Christian Tello. There's some other players, Alex Moreno, Lauren. I could go on and on. These are some notable players, of course, you know. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the lineup I am predicting we're going to see tomorrow, okay? So, I think Ronald Koeman will start with this lineup. I think Ter-Stegen is in goal, which is undisputed. I don't think there's any argument over that. That's clear as day. Alba is a left back. Pretty obvious decision. Piqué as a center back. Longley as a center back. Now, there is a good chance that Roberto could start in this game. I just feel as if though that Dest will want it. I feel like Koeman's going to want to give Dest some consistency, and I feel like Dest should start in this game. I feel like Dest has been really impressive, and I feel like Dest has just done a lot more, in my opinion, than what Roberto did. Don't get me wrong, Roberto is still an okay player. I still think he's all right. It's just that now we have to make a decision. Now we have to establish a right back now, and that we have to have someone as our first choice. And I feel like right now it should be Dest, because I feel like Dest has more quality as a right back compared to Sergio Roberto. Okay. Now for the defensive mids, I want to see Frankie De Jong, that defensive CDM. I didn't really like his performance that much against Dynamo Kiev as a center back. I felt like he was out of position several times. I feel like he was beaten for pace and just couldn't really do that one-on-one situations. And so I feel like for me, De Jong should play as a CDM. Pjanic, simply because of the fact that, like I said before, guys, I mean, Busquets, I just don't want to see Busquets anymore. So Busquets should not start. And then for the attack, I want to see Fati on the left, Messi in the camp, Dembele on the right. Maybe we could see, you know what, I'm actually going to make a quick change. I was actually going to put Dembele, now I want to make a change. So we're going to put Trincao. I want to see Trincao instead of Dembele. For me, I think Trincao deserves this chance. I think Trincao has done pretty good. And then Griezmann up top. And Griezmann, can you please score tomorrow? Can you not please miss these big chances? I don't know what's up with you. You always miss these big chances in the game, and it's always so frustrating. So, anyways, for me in this game, here are some key things we have to do to win this game. I feel like we have to do is, number one is we have to be clinical and vertical. This is something I've been noticing with this Barcelona team, is that especially in La Liga, Barcelona have taken so many shots. I believe I read this stat prior to the Dynamo Kiev game that Barcelona had 54 shots. Guys, you want to hear 54 shots. Hear this right. And they could only score 3 goals. That is ridiculous. That is horrible. That is not great. That's almost like a relegation team. It's all when you're creating that many chances, you would expect at least like 10 goals minimum, right? No, instead 3. That's very, very poor indeed. And we're going to have to score in this game. We're going to have to score in this game and make a big statement early on in this game. And like I said before, guys, we have to score. Okay. And number 2 for me, what's going to be very interesting to see is how we're going to do defensively. Because like I said before, guys, we've known this time and time again that Barcelona generally defensively are very, very suspect. We know this again and again, and we saw it very well against Dynamo Kiev, which in all due their credit, they probably deserve more than a loss. I think they played very well indeed, and they probably deserved 2 or 3 goals on the day, and they were really unfortunate. They couldn't score more than 1 on the day, because let's be real, Ter-Stegen is the hero, is the man of the match, in my opinion. And so I really do believe that defensively we're going to have to improve. I want to see us perform defensively well. I know this team is primarily more attack, which obviously I do enjoy. However, we know that defensively is still a concern. And like I said before, guys, defensively is something we need to brush upon. And then finally, my last key thing we need to see tomorrow is that how is the connection going to be for Messi and Griezmann? Because both these players, as far as their goals are concerned, they have been kind of disappointing. Messi has not scored in open play. He's only scored penalties this season. Griezmann, he's only scored 1 goal this season so far. And for me in this game, I want to see the combination of these two, because I feel like Griezmann can still succeed in this level. Don't get me wrong. And I still believe we can still get the best out of both these players. I still believe both these players are very talented indeed. And I believe both these players can do wonders for this team. I believe both these players can do amazing stuff. And so, with all that being said, this will be a tough match to predict. I'm going to go for a Barcelona win, as you guys should know for now. As for a prediction, I think I'm going to go with Barcelona 3, Real Betis 1. I'm going to go with the 3-1 win here. I want to give us a clean sheet. However, I just don't really think we can keep a clean sheet in this game. I'm just not that confident with our defense. And so as far as the goal scorers, let's go ahead and think about that right now. Goal scorers, I'm going to go ahead and say I think Messi will finally get a goal in open play. I believe Fati will also score as well. And Griezmann. I'm going to give Griezmann the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give him a goal. As for Real Betis, it's probably going to be Nabil Fekir. He seems to always perform big against Barcelona. And remember, guys, he was So yeah, that's pretty much it for the match preview. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments below, guys. Do you guys think this Real Betis team can challenge Barcelona? For me, I personally think they can, especially defensively. I feel like both teams are very similar. Both teams are very attacking type of teams, not really so much defensively. And I feel like this could just come down to the attack. Whichever attack is ultimately superior in the day will ultimately win the game, as we go now. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said before, guys, hope you guys are guys, and I'll see you guys later. Remember, comment, like, and subscribe, and please check out the description below for my social media links. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.